You're watching the SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a dive into the Colorado College men's lacrosse program. The Tigers are coming off a 13-2 season a year ago and a trip to the NCAA tournament. Tigers will once again be led by head coach Sean Woods and senior defender Carter Richardson. And Sean, Carter, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to be here.
Coach, we'll start with you. You head into your seventh season as the head coach there of the men's lacrosse program. You've had a phenomenal .726 winning percentage since you got to Colorado College. As you've sort of, taken inventory of those first 6 years and learned over the course of that time, what have you come to really enjoy about the start of a new season, the challenges that a new season bring?
The start of the season is always great. Every season's different. Every team's different. This team in particular, we're really tight with the senior class. Carter's group is exceptional. We have a great relationship with the coaching staff and our players, and their group is a big part of that. They've got a really good grip on the leadership of this team, and to start our season off, they really set the tone. So it's been an exciting 4 weeks. We're into our fourth week of practice, believe it or not. Our first game's on Friday against Christopher Newport. So it's been a great 4 weeks, and our seniors have really paved the way. I always say to our guys, you're only as good as your seniors. And if that's the case, we're going to have a great year.
Carter, for you, as you head into your senior season, sort of take me through your mindset. One of the captains on this team and a huge part of sort of that leadership core that Coach just talked about. What is your mindset heading into this year, and how have you maybe seen your role change a little bit in terms of that leadership development?
Yeah, so the seniors kind of came together this year, and we wanted to change our identity in a sense. We decided to really look at things just one step at a time. We're not talking about any other games in the future. We're only looking forward to that first game on Friday. We just want to be 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. We've talked about that with Coach Woods, and we've agreed that setting that identity early in the season is going to help us, I think, be successful in just achieving one goal at a time.
Carter, you return as one of the key parts of a defensive core that a season ago limited opponents to less than 10 goals per game, 9.72. Speak to this defensive group as you look ahead to 2019. How do you kind of continue that trend and grow and get better as a defensive unit heading into the season?
Again, one goal at a time. However, we have a very strong, coaching staff, coming down with Coach Popular on the defensive end. I would say that we've never been this deep at the defensive position. We kind of really have almost 7 guys right now that we can throw in there at any time, feel confident that they're going to do their job and be successful on that end of the field. So, we're expecting an even better statistical season this year.
Coach, you talked about this senior group and how much they've meant to this program throughout the course of their time there, and specifically this year with their leadership. But kind of on the flip side, you worked hard on the recruiting trail. I believe you brought in 15 new freshmen into this program. What have you seen from your recruiting class heading into this year that gives you confidence that they might be able to make an impact on this team this season?
Well, Carter mentioned our depth on defense. I would say that our depth all over the field is probably one of our strengths, quite honestly, and our young guys are a big part of that. We've got two attackmen returning, and what looks to be a sophomore on top of that starting at attack. But we've got 2 freshmen, Brant Billingsley and Elliot Nelson, who are really nipping at their heels, and we feel very confident putting them in the game. You look at our midfield units. Nick Connolly comes to mind as a freshman who is going to get solid minutes for us this year. Long stick midi-wise, JT Lawrence is a freshman who looks to be probably our second or third pole right now, probably more toward our second. And then on the defensive end, we've got a couple guys really vying for some playing time. And then a freshman in Connor O'Rourke who's really surprised us this preseason. So our young guys are going to be a big part of who we are, but it's going to be led by our seniors. This is the most experienced group we've had since I've been here at CC. All 9 of our seniors have played meaningful minutes, which is rare to say. A lot of times you have some depth attackmen or depth middies or depth defensemen that complete your classes, and our 9 seniors have all contributed on the field and on game days, and that's going to really help us with our game day experience and in these coming games.
Carter, men's lacrosse returns to the SCAC for the first time since 2014. Colorado College has had tremendous history when it comes to SCAC lacrosse, 4-time SCAC champions. As you look ahead to this season, has that added some energy to practices, some energy to the start of preseason, knowing that you're back into conference play and have a chance and eyeing at an SCAC tournament at the end of the year?
Oh, for sure, yeah. And I think the energy also comes from the freshmen. This is new for them, so the SCAC hopefully is going to be something that won't be new for them when they're seniors. So we're excited on every single level, but mostly to play for a conference championship, which my class really hasn't been able to do. However, we're going to have the opportunity to do this year, and we expect to bring that home.
Coach, Carter talked about the depth at the defensive positions and how he sees that sort of defense solidifying as the season opens up. Offensively, you returned 4 of your top 5 point scorers from a season ago. This is a team that scored 225 goals. Speak to that offensive third of the field. Where are you at as you head into the season? Do you feel confident with that group getting ready to open up 2019?
We really do. Our midfield is extremely experienced. Parker Wu, Dan Longhammer, Tyler Borko, Aaron Maslow, Max Reeser's a junior who's had a great preseason. We've got a ton of experience at the midfield, and our defense is always going to be our backbone, but our midfield, being on the defensive end and the offensive end, in between the lines on wings of faceoffs, is certainly going to be possibly our greatest strength. They're really athletic, and again, a ton of experience there. And then you go down to our attack, where you've got a guy like Kobe Patau, who poured in 40 goals last year, and a sophomore in John Sutro, who's 6'4", 220, and started every game as a freshman last year. So I don't think we're going to skip a beat on the offensive end. In fact, I think we should be even more explosive. And the fact that we've got a defense that's really deep, and we're going to play a lot of guys, we should be able to really play a fast, up-tempo style lacrosse that'll allow us to pour in a lot of goals.
Coach, you mentioned the return of Parker Wu, the guy in the face-off circle for you who did a bulk of the work a season ago and had a lot of success. With his experience coming back, is that something that you emphasize in terms of the ability to gain extra possessions, coming off those face-offs, causing turnovers, getting those ground balls, able to build in extra possessions for your team? Is that a point of emphasis for your group heading into this year?
100%. With the shot clock coming in, there's going to be a lot more possessions, there's going to be a lot more goals, which means there's going to be a lot more face-offs. And Parker is obviously a great face-off guy, but what makes him special is his ground ball play. He's extremely athletic. He beats his opponent to the ball. And we've actually got a couple of freshmen that are really doing a good job at the face-off dot. One guy in particular, Jacob Rogers, who's going to provide depth at that face-off position, will allow actually Parker Wu to get to the wing a little bit, to come in and be able to scoop up some ground balls in that capacity. So we talk a lot about being our strength. We hang our hat on it as part of our offense. In fact, we're not just going to pick up the ball off a face-off and throw it to our attack and sub. Parker's going to stay on the field, and he's going to score some goals for us this year. So we're really excited about that unit, at the stripe.
Carter, finally to wrap things up with you, as you've had discussions with your teammates about the goals for this 2019 team, what have those discussions looked like, and what are some of the goals for this Tigers men's lacrosse team heading into the season?
Yeah, talking about goals, again, it comes back to that identity we set at the beginning. One goal at a time, and we look at that as we win one game at a time. We stack those games. It's like building a house. We're building the foundation, first floor, second floor, all the way up to the attic, where we hope to reach, that final goal.
And finally, Coach, to wrap things up with you, for all the fans, family, friends that come out to support your men's lacrosse program this season, what are a couple of characteristics, identities that you hope your men's team really embraces and takes on that, regardless of the result on the field, win or loss, the people that support this lacrosse program will be able to count on match in, match out, that they know will be there as a part of this team heading into the season?
Yeah, I can always count on my team to be really focused on ground balls, getting extra possessions, making the tough plays. We're a very physical group. That will continue this year, and it has in this preseason. So if you come out and watch Colorado College men's lacrosse, you're going to see a physical, up-tempo brand of lacrosse with 50 guys that really care about each other and are working toward a common goal. So I think it's going to be an entertaining brand. We're a resilient group. We respond well, and with our seniors leading this pack, I'm really excited about moving forward.
Colorado College men's lacrosse program. The Tigers, again, will be led heading into the season by head coach Sean Woods, along with senior defender Carter Richardson. Coach Carter, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head forward into the rest of the spring season.
Thank you.
Thank you.